Shocking news. Indiana Fever fires coach Christie sides. The WNBA offseason is always full of surprises, but the Indiana Fever sent shockwaves through the league with a big announcement. They fired head coach Christie Sides after just one season. Sides had the tough task of leading a young, rebuilding team. The Fever finished 2023 with a disappointing 12-26 record. The team just couldn't seem to get it together. Something had to change. The Fever's front office clearly believes that a new voice in the locker room is needed. The decision to let Sides go after such a short time wasn't taken lightly. They're hungry for wins. But is firing the coach the answer? Only time will tell. This new coach needs to be someone who can inspire the team and lead them back to glory. Christie Sides, a year marred by losses and missed opportunities. Let's be honest, last season was rough for the Indiana Fever. They struggled to find their footing right out of the gate. The losses piled up. The team couldn't seem to string together consistent wins. As the season wore on, it became clear that Coach Sides was facing an uphill battle. Young teams often take time to gel, but there were just too many moments where the Fever seemed lost on the court. They lacked the energy and execution of a team truly fighting for victory. Fans were left scratching their heads after many games. Questionable rotations, timeout usage, and an overall lack of offensive strategy left many wondering if Sides was the right fit. Don't get me wrong, Sides is a talented coach. She just couldn't find a way to unlock the potential of this Fever roster. It was a perfect storm of bad luck, questionable coaching decisions, and a roster still finding its identity. Now the Fever must face the future without her. The front office has a tough job ahead. Could Stephanie White be returning to Indiana? One name has been on everyone's lips since the Sides firing: Stephanie White. Sound familiar? It should. White isn't just a big name in women's basketball, she's practically Fever royalty. White led the Fever to their first and only WNBA championship back in 2012. She knows what it takes to win at the highest level. She understands the culture and expectations of the Fever organization. White's coaching journey has taken her from the WNBA to the NCAA and back again. She's honed her skills and gained valuable experience. Her resume speaks for itself, but it's her deep connection to the Fever franchise that makes her such an intriguing candidate. Bringing White back would be a homecoming story for the ages. It could be the shot in the arm this team desperately needs. Imagine the excitement, the buzz, the hope that would return to Indianapolis. Could a reunion be in the cards? Only time will tell. The fans have spoken. Bring back Stephanie White. Fever fans are a passionate bunch. They bleed blue and gold, and they're not afraid to make their voices heard. Since the news of Sides' firing broke, social media has been buzzing with one demand: bring back Stephanie White. Fans remember the glory days. They remember the championship banner hanging in the rafters. They believe that White is the key to returning the franchise to its former glory. White's coaching style is a perfect fit for the modern WNBA. She emphasizes pace, space, and ball movement. She empowers her players to make decisions. She's a player's coach, someone who commands respect, but also fosters a supportive and collaborative environment. In a league where chemistry and camaraderie are essential, White's leadership could be the missing ingredient. The front office can't ignore the fans' pleas. They need to listen. They need to understand the level of excitement and anticipation that a White hiring would generate. Section 5, a deep bench exploring other coaching prospects. While Stephanie White is the fan favorite, the Fever would be remiss not to explore other coaching options. There's a wealth of talent out there, both within the WNBA and beyond. The front office needs to do its due diligence. They need to find the best possible fit for this team. One name that immediately comes to mind is Lisa Bluder. A legend in the college ranks, Bluder has built a powerhouse program at the University of Iowa. Her ability to develop talent and create a winning culture is undeniable. But the WNBA is a different beast. Another intriguing possibility is Cheryl Miller. A Hall of Famer and one of the greatest players in women's basketball history, Miller knows the game inside and out. Could she make the jump from the broadcast booth to the sidelines and find success at the professional level? Section 6. Lisa Bluder. Can collegiate success translate to the WNBA? Lisa Bluder is a coaching icon. Her name is synonymous with success at the collegiate level. She's led the Iowa Hawkeyes to incredible heights, including a Final Four appearance. Her ability to recruit top talent and mold them into a cohesive unit is undeniable. But the WNBA is a different beast. It's a league dominated by experience, athleticism, and a relentless pace. Bluder's coaching style, which relies heavily on fundamentals discipline and a half-court offense, might not translate seamlessly to the pro game. WNBA teams thrive on versatility, quick decision-making, and the ability to push the tempo. Bluder's strength lies in developing players over the course of their college careers. However, Bluder's ability to connect with players, instill a strong work ethic, and create a positive team culture shouldn't be underestimated. The Fever, a team lacking direction and identity, could benefit from Bluder's leadership, but the question remains, can she adapt her coaching style to the demands of the WNBA? Section 7, Cheryl Miller and Mark Jackson NBA experience meets WNBA potential. Cheryl Miller needs no introduction. She's a legend, a pioneer, and one of the most decorated athletes in basketball history. Her accomplishments on the court speak for themselves. But coaching is a different ballgame, and Miller's experience at the professional level is limited. She spent years as a broadcaster, analyzing the game from afar. But could she translate that knowledge into tangible results as a head coach in the WNBA? Mark Jackson, another name that has been whispered in connection with the Fever job, presents a similar conundrum. Jackson's NBA experience, both as a player and a coach, is undeniable. He's known for his basketball IQ, his ability to connect with players, and his fiery personality. Both Miller and Jackson bring a wealth of experience and basketball knowledge to the table. But their lack of recent coaching success, coupled with their strong personalities, could be a cause for concern. Section 8. The power of a strong leader, transforming talent into triumph. The Indiana Fever isn't starting from scratch. They have a solid core of young players. Kelsey Mitchell is a dynamic scorer. Nalissa Smith is a force in the paint. Lexi Hull shows flashes of brilliance. The talent is there. What's missing is a leader, a coach who can harness that talent and mold it into a cohesive unit. A strong coach can make all the difference. They can instill a winning mentality, develop a clear identity, and maximize the potential of their players. The Fever needs that kind of leadership. They need a coach who can inspire them, push them to their limits, and teach them how to win consistently. Section 9. A new era for the Fever, fans dare to dream. The firing of Christie sides signaled the end of an era for the Indiana Fever. It was a short, tumultuous chapter in the franchise's history. But it's time to turn the page. A new era is dawning in Indianapolis. The Fever is on the cusp of a renaissance. With the right coach, anything is possible. Fans are daring to dream again. They envision a team that competes every night, a team that strikes fear into the hearts of their opponents, a team that brings another championship banner to Indiana. The pieces are in place. The young talent is eager to prove themselves. All that's missing is the conductor, the maestro, the coach who can orchestrate this symphony of talent. Section 10. Caitlin Clark and the quest for a championship team. The Indiana Fever are hoping to draft superstar Caitlin Clark. Clark is a generational talent. She's a game changer. She's the type of player who can single-handedly elevate a franchise. But even Clark can't do it alone. She needs a supporting cast, a team built to compete for championships. That's where the new coach comes in. Their job is to build a team around Clark's strengths. They need to find players who complement her skill set, players who can space the floor, defend at a high level, and contribute in meaningful ways. The Fever already has some pieces in place, but they need to add more talent, more depth, more experience. Section 11. Indiana Fever, a force to be reckoned with. The Indiana Fever is at a crossroads. The firing of Christie sides was a necessary step, a recognition that change was needed. Now the franchise is on the verge of a new era. With the right coach, the right players, and the unwavering support of their fans, the Fever can once again become a force to be reckoned with. The future is bright in Indianapolis. The Fever has the potential to be a championship contender. They have a young, talented core, a passionate fan base, and a front office committed to building a winner. The pieces are in place. Now it's up to the new coach to assemble the puzzle and lead the Indiana Fever back to glory. The Fever is coming. The rest of the league better be ready.